Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we get a full baseball slate. We get one game in the CFL and we get one game in the WNBA. So we will be getting into all of that. But before we get into that, before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. And for me, I'm mad that baseball wasn't better for me last night because my dumbass added 2 plays on the late night stream last night. And they both lost. But we'll get into that. Phillies' first 5 was a loser. Phillies' full game, never in doubt. Ever in doubt. Detroit Tigers' first 5 and the first 5 under. The first 5 under looked good. The only reason why I didn't cash was not because of Alek Manoah. I would have lost that bet. So that was fun there. Manoah pitched well. Faedo did not. Rays' first 5 was a loser. They were up 1-0, then they fell down 2-1. Rangers' first 5 run line, full game run line, both come through. The Nationals are just that bad right now. My favorite play of the day, the reason why I was profitable yesterday, the triple up in the Brewers game was a complete smash. Brewers money line, Brewers team total over 3.5, full game over 7.5. And I think this is going to be more of the norm that we'll start seeing is the Reds start to lose games, because I mean, their pitching's not great. Their bullpen's not great. Their hitting is what carries them. And I think we're going to see regression from the Reds. So that was really nice to cash in big on that yesterday. Cardinals' first 5 was a winner. Full game, they choked it away. They were up 5-0, the Cardinals. And then they were down 6-5. Then they were up 7-6. Then it was 7-7. Then they walked in the 8. I know, hilarious. Losing money is hilarious. I know.
You know what? Watching the Cardinals lose is kind of funny.
Not really, but okay. Mets team total over 3.5. Mets full game over 8. This team doesn't lose right now. This team is hot. And they've now won a MLB highest right now, current highest, 6 games in a row. And then ended with the Angels' first 5 as a loser, and then added on the show last night, Giants first 5 -0.5, Giants full game -1. Both do not come through as they lose 5-2. So that was fun. And then anything not called baseball did not come through last night. CFL, I don't get it. I really don't. At least the Stampeders looked decent for most of the game, and then, or the first quarter, they looked awesome. The offense was clicking. They were moving the ball down the field. Apparently, they thought we only needed to play 1 quarter of offense, because after that, they didn't score a goddamn point. It was 11-1 at the end of the first quarter, and they scored 11 all game. It was 10-1.
Yeah, it was 10-1. That's how
they got one. They got 1 rouge in the second quarter. They didn't score a point in the second half.
Nice.
And that is just the luck that I'm having in the CFL right now. Because the Stamps didn't get there. The team total over 18.5 didn't get there. The full game over 46.5 did not get there. And it's pissing me off because I feel like I'm reading these games decently and nothing's going my way there. But it is what it is. 0-3 in the CFL, down 2.07 units. And the WNBA went 0-3. The Fever +3 did not come through. The Aces Dallas game was frustrating because it looked like it was going to overtime. It was 68-68, and there was a foul with less than a second left. That put Dallas up 2 points. So that was fun. And then the over in Chicago-Atlanta. I believe Chicago forgot to play the first half of the fourth quarter. I think at one point it's 13-0 in that fourth quarter, and killed the over. So that was fun. 4-19 overall yesterday, down 3.65 units. Now in the red for the month, 66, 64, and 5, down 0.67 units. Frustrating day yesterday. On to today.
At least we are still up a decent chunk on the site. Through 79 plays in the month of July, we're up 9.45 units. So that's kind of nice. Yesterday was an absolutely massive day on the site, Nick. We went 5-5, up 0.16 units. So we're in the green again. I believe it's every single day in the green besides the first day of the month. So happy with how that's going at the moment. Phillies money line, never in doubt. I don't know why we even decided to try to go after the Tigers. I really like the over. It didn't work out. It is what it is. The under in the Mystics game, I'm annoyed about that one because when I was doing balling out, I was making the slides. I'm like, maybe I should go ahead and grab Washington -3. Instead, I'm like, you know what? No, I think they'll shut down Indiana and go under. Not even close. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? How about Jameson Taylor-Young only allowing one hit against the almighty Yankees? Oh, that was beautiful. 3-0 Chicago. Nice winner on that one. Once again, the over in that Atlanta-Chicago game did not hit. How about I know you didn't like that game. I like that Dallas game. The Dallas Wings outright upset the Aces. Win by 2 points. I had them plus 10.5. They said, F your points. We're going to win that game outright. And then Minnesota was never in doubt. Never in doubt. They were up double digits after the first quarter, and they never relinquished a double-digit lead. So that was a nice, easy. Didn't matter whether you got it at 1.5 or 5 where it closed. All of them would have cashed. CFL we won't talk about. And then we'll finish off the night with the Mets. Nice little winner there. Plus 112 with Mr. JV. Very nice to see. And 6 wins in a row. I know it's Peterson versus Peterson and Snell tonight. So that should be a fun matchup. It'll be the last game of the Mets season that they'll play a game past 10 o'clock. Their latest game after tonight will be 8-10 when they play in Kansas City. So 5-5, up 0.16 units on the site. And I'll do a quick shout out or a quick mention. There's a pack of MLS on the site for today. I did a free pick video, gave out the Red Bulls last night. There's 6 other plays along with that one in a 7-pack. So if you guys are interested in some MLS, so far on the site. I think I'm up for the year, so. And I'm on a nice little run. But Nick, you want to go to the chat, say hi, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I was just looking at a game. I was just about to double down on one game.
Oh boy.
I like it. I like the spot, but we'll get into the chat, and then that game's not for a little bit. So,
okay.
Moneyline Mill saying let's cash. Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. I'm all researched and ready to cash. There you go.
Let's get it.
Phillies, what are you doing? I had them first to 2. Yeah.
Oof.
I don't really touch those first to 2 bets. Marlins, Rays, Diamondbacks, and Reds. Is that today or is that yesterday? Hello, gambling friends. Hello. 96% of the money on the over in the Reds Brewers today. The line moves down half a run. We'll get into that. That was the game I was actually looking at to lock down a couple of bets. I'm going back to Milwaukee today. I am. I want to fade Dreamweaver, who is
back the over.
No, look, you see what this guy says right here? I'm not touching the over because of this. I like the over, yeah, but not when the market's doing this. This is enough to keep me off.
So Luke Weaver masterclass tonight. Got it.
The numbers are actually the market move says Colin Ray pitches long. Blue Jays first to 2, Rangers first to 2. All right. I knew the stands for fraudulent. They looked good in the first quarter. They were up 10 points and still didn't cover. Frustrating. I like the A's and the Royals also. There you go. Cashed the Mets, Orioles, Boston minus 1.5 yesterday. There you go. Lost the Reds, Tampa Bay. Profitable day yesterday. There you go. Ran back the same ticket as Thursday. Cashed again. Phillies saved me in the 9th. Yes, the Phillies in the 9th was really helpful there. Great pick on the Cubs money line, Tim. I love you, bro.
Mo, you're flattering.
I should have known just
Mo, you're just not my type. I'm sorry.
You know, Rockies, Brew Crew. Yes, we're going back to the Brew Crew today. The Mets, the under of the Braves game. There you go. I'm the biggest Tennessee Titan fans. I love that jersey, my guy. Yeah,
garbage.
I don't know. But yeah.
And by the way, you've got the wrong Titans jersey. You need a CJ 2K.
I need a CJ 2K. This one's brown.
Former EC Pirate.
Yeah. I don't want to like the Royals, but something sick tells me Casey gets out early. We'll get into that.
Oh.
It's our boy. It's our boy's day today.
How can you fade Mr. Gavin Williams, dude? Come on.
Same Nathan. D-backs -2. That guy is magic. You know, bankroll management. Yep. Munchie, I like the A's and Royals also. Detroit over at plus money was too nice. Yeah. Well, we'll get into the CFL first, and then we'll get into everything else.
Oh yeah, we got a beautiful matchup. This one's all you. Ottawa Red Blacks and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Hamilton -1 with a total of 44.5. Enjoy.
Yeah, I have the Red Blacks and the over in this spot here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here. Let's grab Canadian football. This line opened up, I want to say around a 3. It opened up at -3, and it's now down to a -1. Line opened up at 43.5. It's up to a 44.5. So line has moved my direction in both ways. I got it at I got the Red Blacks at plus 115 in this game, and now that money line is down to a plus 106 on Bet Online. So nice little line move that way for me. And when it comes to it, I mean, the Hamilton Tiger Cats have not looked good this year, but this situationally should be a tie cat spot, but they have to prove it to me first. They are 0-3 this year. They've lost all 3 games by double digits, 38-12 to Montreal week 3, 32-14 week 2 against Toronto, 42-31 to Winnipeg in week 1. Now, granted, Ottawa is worse than Montreal, definitely worse than Toronto, and definitely worse than Winnipeg. Ottawa is 1-2 this year. They're coming in off of their first win of the year, 26-7 against the Edmonton Elks, but who isn't beating the Edmonton Elks these days? Tyree Adams got hurt last week for the Red Blacks. It's going to be Marsala going to be starting at QB for the Ottawa Red Blacks, the former Hamilton Tiger Cat. He's been hurt. But I think anybody is an improvement in this offense over Nick Arbuckle. And I think we're going to see that here tonight as well. I like the Red Blacks here. I would play them up to even money in this spot. Usually I'll look at the Tiger Cats, be like, oh, they're undefeated. They're a favorite at home. Got to back them. Now when the line moving like this, that would be the only way I'd be backing the Hamilton Tiger Cats right now is if this line went from a 1.5 to a 3, not a 3 to a 1.5. That line move tells me that the Ottawa Red Blacks are the play. There's no way I'm laying points with the Hamilton Tiger Cats right now. So I'm on the Red Blacks. I got them full game plus 115. I got their team total over at 20.5. I want to say 20.5. And I got the full game over at 44.5. So I have Ottawa showing up tonight and taking care of business in this game. I'm thinking something along the lines of 27-21.
Hopefully you get one right.
Be nice. It wouldn't go my way.
Red Blacks.
Yes.
Well, Nick's on the Red Blacks, so it's Hamilton in the under, guys. Let's get it. I'm busting. Let's go ahead and jump into some baseball, Nick. This is a 1:00 game. We got some 1:00 baseball today.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at this one. This one caught my attention with the New York Yankees and the Chicago Cubs. The Yankees coming in off of getting shut out yesterday. One hitter for Jameson Taillon. Now they get to face Drew Smyly. Line opened up at -191. It's now a -193 for the Yankees, a 22-cent line movement towards the Bombers. Line opened up in an 8, -105. It's up to an 8.5, -110. So this line's moved up half a run, and it's moved towards the Yankees. Let's take a look at the cash flow coming in on this game. Let's see if it reflects that. Kind of does. 88% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Yankees. The line's moved towards the Yankees. 31% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the over. The line's moved towards the over, and I kind of don't hate the over in this spot. Let's take a look here at the pitching matchup. Garrett Cole and Drew Smyly. Smyly's not been very good. 6.29 ERA, 1.85 whip, 7.03 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%. 4.81 walks per 9, a 325 BABIP, a 654 FIP, and a 5.62 SIERA. On the flip side, Garrett Cole, 2.7 ERA, 1.17 whip, 10.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 27%. 1.5 walks per 9, a 350 BABIP, a 269 FIP, and a 3.45 SIERA. Bullpen advantage does go towards the Cubbies here. 4 WRC plus, 4 FIP, and a 4.38 SIERA compared to 4.35 and 4.35 and 4.76. Hitting advantage goes towards the Yankees here in this spot, as the Yankees are hitting lefties much better than righties. Yankees are a bottom 5 team against righties. Against lefties, last 30 days, 118 WRC plus, number 7 in baseball. And I think they can get to Drew Smyly here in this spot. And on the flip side, 96 WRC plus for the Cubbies against righties. I think I can get a couple off of Cole in this spot, which is going to point me towards an over here in this first game. And I like it. And we're getting an affordable price instead of laying even money on a run line with the Yankees, or what would it be, -191 and even money. And that would be super expensive. -146 on a -146 on a -1 line. Instead of doing anything like that, and I believe it's -145 for the first 5 run line, which with the bullpen advantage, I would kind of look towards the Yankees' first 5. I'm just going to take their team total over at 4.5 at -120. And I'm going to take the full game over 8.5 at -110 for this early game. I expect this Yankees offense to bounce back. They hit lefties much better than righties. So give me the Yankees team total over 4.5 and the full game over 8.5. I think this is a spot where their offense clicks, because you back Yankees hitters against lefties, you fade them against righties.
Wow, off to a great start. I gave out the under on balling out last night. It's a Yankee offense that you can't trust. They have not looked. I mean, you have some games that they'll explode. I don't see that as one of these days. And you get Garrett Cole on the other side, who I feel like could shut down this Cubs team. This is a Yankee team that's been a under team this year, or at least since Judge has gone down. They just haven't. They don't score. They don't hit all that well since he's been out. And a daytime game. Daytime games normally tend to trend towards the under. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go towards the under in this one, Nick. I know we're against each other to start off, but when you get Garrett Cole, who's been pitching as solid, and then it doesn't matter who's really pitching for the Cubs because the Yankees can't hit right now. So under for me in this one.
Fair, yeah. And it's moved the wrong way for the under, though. The bigger bet's coming on the over. I'm moving towards the over.
The tickets can do all they want. The Yankees still can't hit that white baseball thing. Red Blacks all day. These Tiger Cats suck.
They do.
Spankies, first 5. No, thank you. Under. Yes, under the 8.
Oh, Tim froze. That's fun. We'll head to the next game here. We'll pull Tim out because he froze, and he'll be back here in a second. Blue Jays are minus 210 favorites with a total of 8 in the spot. Let's take a look at the line history here between Gausman and Manning. Line opened up at a minus 191. It's up to a 210. A big line movement towards the Jays, 19 cents. Line opened up at an 8.5. Juice towards the under at minus 125. It's now an 8, minus 113 to the over. So it's moved down half a run, and it's moved drastically towards those Jays. Let's take a look if the line or if the market kind of agrees with the Jays and the under. And 55% of the tickets, 81% of cash is on the over, and the line's moved towards the under. That's tricky. That's tricky. 30% of the or 70% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the Jays. The line's moved towards the Jays. And for this one here, this is. Let's get into the pitchers here. Oh, I forgot to go over Ballpark Pal here for the first game as well. Yankee Stadium, the third best hitting conditions on the slate, plus 12% runs, plus 32% home runs, minus 1% doubles, triples, even on singles. For the second game here between, why am I drawing a blank there? Between Detroit and Comerica Park, minus 2% runs, minus 20% home runs, plus 10% singles, and minus 2% doubles and triples. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Kevin Gausman, 3.63 ERA, 1.15 whip, 11.94 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%, 2.34 walks per nine, a 3.45 BABIP, but a 2.72 FIP and a 3.05 SIERA, which suggests positive regression for Gausman. And Manning, not as much. 5.06 ERA, 1.13 whip, 6.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 3.38 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 376 FIP, and a 5.15 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Jays here in this spot, 3.24 FIP, 3.71 SIERA compared to 4.42 and 3.53. Kind of want to back the Blue Jays in this spot here. They're a little expensive. Is the problem. Minus 135 for a run line really doesn't appeal to me too much. It would be a lean towards the Jays here in this spot, but it's going to end up being a no play for me in this spot. Minus 135, a little rich for the Jays run line. Tim saying Wi-Fi being weird. Restarting my computer now. Blue Jays run line. It is minus 135 for the Blue Jays run line. That's the only thing I think really keeps me off of it. I lean that way. I should just swallow the juice and just play the Blue Jays run line because Gausman's that good, and I think they get to Manning. And maybe I end up just doing it, honestly. Maybe I just end up pulling the trigger on it. But we'll see. Blue Jays, any under 8.5. Blue Jays minus 3. Yeah, minus 135 for the Jays run line. Never mind. Yep. Blue Jays. Yeah, no. I lean Blue Jays. Definitely not laying $1.35 on them. Moving on. We have the Minnesota Twins at $1.20 favorites against the Baltimore Orioles. Total 8.5 in this game. Let's get into it. Sonny Gray versus Tyler Wells. Fun pitching matchup here. Line opened up at minus 125. It's down to a 122. A 3-cent line movement towards Minnehaha. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 110, and it moved down 15 cents originally, and then it dropped a whole run down to 7.5. Is that too much? We'll get into it. Let's take a look at the market, see if that kind of agrees with a big move towards the under here and a slight move towards the Orioles, as we have 46% of the tickets, 84% of the cash is on the Twins. The lines move towards the Orioles, which is kind of interesting. 85% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the under, and the lines move towards the under. A full run, though, that may seem a little bit like too much. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. Target field minus 5%, runs minus 2%, home runs minus 10%, doubles, triples plus 1%, singles, according to Ballpark Pal. Welcome back, Tim.
Hi.
And let's take a look at the pitching matchup for this one here. Tyler Wells, 3.03 ERA, 1.04 whip, 9.59 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 2.52 walks per nine, a 224 BABIP, a 492 FIP, and a 4.03 Sierra. On the flip side, Sonny Gray, 3.04 ERA, 1.31 whip, 8.44 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%, 4.05 walks per nine, a 284 BABIP, 386 FIP, and a 4.59 Sierra. Bullpen advantage is kind of a toss-up here. 3.61 FIP, 3.56 Sierra for the Twins, 4.35 FIP, 3.12 Sierra for the Orioles. Hitting advantage goes towards the Orioles here, 116 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 111, which is 11th. Both these teams are not terrible hitting right now, and this line has moved a full run down. I think one thing I've started to notice is when a line moves a full run down, the game goes over. I played this with the Brewers game yesterday. The line went from 8.5 to 7.5, and I think that's something I kind of want to track, because if I like an under, I only want the line to move down half a run. Like that's all I need to see for an under. Like it's for the line to move down half a run. I think when we see lines move a full run down, you should just start back in the overs. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take Baltimore, Minnesota over 7.5 at -111. -110, my bad. I think this is a spot where the lines moved too far. And this line dropped a full run. It didn't even touch 8 on Bet Online. So I'm going to grab the over in this game. Baltimore, Minnesota over 7.5 at -110.
I just want Baltimore. They're still, I mean, what do we need to prove? You look at Tyler Wells, and he has been phenomenal. 1 earned run in his last 7 starts. He's been nothing short of solid. And I think he keeps it going today against a Minnesota team that I'm really not high on. And Sonny Gray's been really good too. Sonny Gray, he was an all-star, right?
Believe so.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Wells should have been an all-star, let's be honest. The last time these two teams, Sonny Gray pitched against the Baltimore Orioles, it was in the 2-1 Baltimore win. And the last time that Wells pitched against Baltimore, because I know he did not pitch against them because he had to pitch against Cincinnati and then against New York. But I feel like this is a good spot for Tyler Wells. And let's continue to back the best road team in the American League, and that is the Baltimore Orioles. Money line, like a +105 area. Sign me up for some more Baltimore action. Keep winning. You keep cashing tickets. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
All right. Back to the chat.
Orioles money line in the over. We might. The problem with the I think Tyler Wells is a good game. Oh, it's a 7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, Nick. Do you want to shake hands on it? Baltimore in the over.
Fine.
Okay. Morning. Lindor home run cashed. I think it was Tim who mentioned it on last night on the live stream. Thanks. Yes, I did mention it before the game started on Dave's stream. It was +400. And the main reason behind it was after Dansby Swanson was scratched from the All-Star game, we all figured Lindor would get in, right? No, it was Perdomo from Arizona. So I figured Lindor will have one of those games, and he put one out. So that's all I needed to see. Lindor is an all-star. He should be an all-star, but it is what it is. Home run last night, +400. Under 10.5, and Blue Jays money line parlayed for +105. The problem is I could see Toronto putting up double digits by themselves. Yeah. Are you betting that, Fernando? Don't say you didn't bet it after it loses. Let's jump into this one, Nick. This one's always fun between us.
This was a frustrating game last night. I was lucky to get. I was happy to get the first 5, but I was pissed I didn't get the full game because when you're up 5-0, you should get the full game. And if I had bet 365, I would have gotten the full game because of the 5-run rule. Let's get into it. St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago White Sox in this game. we get a little Tukey Toussaint action. Tukey Toussaint and Miles Michaelis. Line opened up at minus 125. It's up to a 126, a massive 1 cent line movement towards the St. Louis Cardinals. Line opened up at a 10 at minus 105. It's actually gone down to a 10 minus 101. This has moved 4 cents to the under, and it's moved 1 cent towards the Cardinals. So just rocking markets on this game. We have 64% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on St. Louis here. 63% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the over, and the lines move towards the under, which is kind of interesting, suggesting maybe Tukey Toussaint and Miles Michaelis pitches decent in this game. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal on this one. Let's see if this favors an under maybe. Plus 2% runs, plus 8% home runs, minus 16% doubles, triples, plus 7% singles. So it's actually slightly above average hitting conditions in this spot. Let's see. I do not have Tukey Toussaint typed in, so I do not have his numbers at the moment because he wasn't announced until this morning. So how the hell do you spell Tukey Toussaint? That's my ultimate question. It
would be, where is his name?
Because I need to type him into my spreadsheet.
On covers it says TBD. So can't help you.
Tukey
Toussaint.
There we go. Now I can copy that and put that into my spreadsheet. All the behind the scenes here. There we go. Miles Michaelis has been terrible.
Yes.
6 ERA, 1.47 whip, 3.5 strikeouts per 9, which is 9%. 2.25 walks per 9, a 3.18 BABIP, but 4.15 FIP, and a 4.91 SIERA, 5.91 SIERA. On the flip side, Tukey Toussaint's not been great either. 3.95 ERA, 1.46 whip, 8.56 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%. 8.56 walks per 9. 194 BABIP, but a 5.42 FIP and a 6.26 SIERA. So his numbers suggest that both these guys should get pounded, but yet the lines move down, which is tricky. The White Sox have the bullpen advantage here. 4.14 FIP, 3.67 SIERA compared to 5.18 FIP, 4.91 SIERA for the Cardinals. I should have ignored, or I should have backed the Cardinals only full game first 5 last night because the bullpen edge was towards the White Sox. I ignored that because they played a doubleheader the day before. So that was just bad capping there. But both these pitchers are likely to get hit in this game. I don't understand why the line's moving towards the under, though, with decent hitting conditions, bad pitchers, and these teams can hit. I mean, offense is not a problem for St. Louis, 116 WRC plus, which is 8th, and then the White Sox 91, which is 22nd. I think I just go back to the Cardinals first 5 here. I think that Michaelis has a slight pitching advantage over Tukey Toussaint, and the hitting advantage goes towards the Cardinals. The line moved slightly towards the Cardinals. I'm going to grab them here. First 5 at plus or minus 120, minus 130. Cardinals. Only first 5, though, today.
Yeah, I knew that we were probably not going to get any plays for this series up on the site, and that's fine. I like the White Sox at plus money to fade the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, so are the White Sox. Both teams are bad. But Miles Michaelis and the Cardinals should not be favorited on the road. That shouldn't be. Very few teams, and the White Sox is not a team they should be favored against because they're about equal, and home field should go towards the White Sox. But am I going to end up going after this game? No, I'm not. I'm going to end up staying away from this one because I'll go with our back and forth thing that the White Sox will be better than the Cardinals, but I want nothing to do with this game.
Yeah, fair enough. I will head back to the chat here.
There you go.
Where do you leave off?
There.
I'm going to. Who's going to bet you? I wish I can get 7.5. 7.5 on Bet Online right now. I could only find 8s. These bullpens are garbage. Fair.
Why not the over? But I know line's moving towards the under.
Yeah, that's going to keep me off of it. Yeah, bum fight. Yeah, I actually like Tukey, but he doesn't go long in games.
He does not.
What's up, guys? Who do you like in the Phillies game? I think we're gonna get to that. What next? I think that's the next game.
I think we should just go back to the Phillies. They've won 13 straight
probably
games.
Probably going back to the Phillies is the look, but I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll get to that in a couple games. First half, over 84 first half in the WNBA is not a lock. It will cash though.
I like the over in that game, so yes.
This is a juiced up line for a game in the South Side. Yeah. White Sox run line, leading Cardinals in the under.
No.
We'll move on to this game that pissed me off last night because I stupidly added plays onto this game, and that was frustrating. San Francisco Giants are $2 favorites, total of 9 against the Rockies here. Let's take a look at line history in this spot. Connor Siebold and Ryan Walker. So a bullpen game for the Giants. Line opened up at minus 201. It's up to a 203. A 2-cent line movement towards San Fran. Line opened up at a 9. Juice towards the under. Now it's 8.5. Juice towards the over. So it's moved down a semi-half run. Let's take a look at the money for this game, see if that correlates. 36% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over. The lines moved down. It's tricky. 92% of the tickets, 99% of the cash on the Giants. That's also interesting. And the line only moving 2 cents towards the Giants. Suggesting me maybe the Rockies are live in this game. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. Let's see how it's the winds are swirling in San Fran today. Oracle Park minus 1%. Runs plus 10% singles, plus 6% doubles, triples, minus 27 home runs though. So we'll probably see some hits, but probably not many home runs tonight. Looking at the pitching matchup here, it's a bullpen day for the Giants. On the flip side, it's Connor Siebold, 8.64 ERA, 1.40 WHIP, 6.48 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 2.16 walks per 9, a 276 BABIP, a 6.97 FIP, and a 5.23 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Giants here, 3.35 FIP, 3.5 SIERA, compared to 5.45 FIP and a 4.67 SIERA. Both offenses have not been great. 91 WRC plus versus righties for the Giants, which is 23rd, 82 for the Rockies, which is 27th. I'm not particularly interested in this game. I think this is one of the easier passes on the slate. And I want to back it under in this game. I would lean under, but Connor Siebold is a bum, so I couldn't really get to that. You're muted.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was messing around with the with my gummy Coke bottles, and I didn't want to make noise. I'm kind of looking towards an under. The Giants, since they're starting to struggle a little bit after their big winning streak, they've now lost 5 out of their last 6 and 8 out of their last 11. They're starting to struggle a little bit now, and it kind of could push me a little bit going towards Colorado. But I'm not going to. Just because Siebold is a gas can. 8 earned runs in his last start, 4 earned runs to start before, 9 earned runs to start before. I'm gonna end up staying away from this one. A lot of stuff wants to push me towards the Colorado Rockies and the under, and then Siebold goes wait, and I wouldn't. So I'm gonna stay away from this one, and there's better spots on the card.
Yeah, there's definitely better spots on the card. Back to the chat.
Oh,
I'm tracking the play.
Over. Okay. 1-800. Yes. Fernando, what happened to the A's last night? Did the A's play last night? Oh yeah, they lost.
They lost to Boston.
Boston. All right, Nick. You want to head to this one?
Yeah. This one's interesting. Minus 185 for the Rangers. Total of 10 in this game. cash with the Rangers last night. As you guys know, I'm not very high on this Rangers team, but let's get into it. Andrew Heaney and Jake Irving is your pitching matchup here for this one. Line opened up at minus 171. It's now a minus 186. Line opened up at a 10 minus 110. It's now a 10 even money, so it's moved 10 cents towards the under in this one. Kind of throwing me a little through a loop there because I kind of like the Rangers team total over for the spot. But we have 87% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the Rangers. The lines moved towards the Rangers pretty drastically. 62% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the under, and the lines moved towards the under in this spot here. So bigger bets coming on the under in this game, which is kind of surprising for me because I was expecting some more over love in this game. Let's take a look at the hitting conditions for Ballpark Pal here, and they have this one, National Park, plus 11% runs, plus 8% home runs, plus 13% doubles, triples, plus 3% singles. So looks like good hitting weather today. But the line moving towards the under is kind of throwing like a wrench in my plans here. Andrew Heaney, it's fine. 4.32 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 140 10.44 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 3.6 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, 501 FIP, but a 4.20 Sierra. On the flip side, Jake Irving, 3.71 ERA, 1.28 WHIP, 6.08 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 3.04 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, a 4.16 FIP, and a 5.14 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rangers here, 3.74 FIP, 3.84 Sierra compared to 5.4 and 4.8, and a massive hitting advantage towards the Texas Rangers, 140 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball against righties the last 30 days. And the Nationals struggle against lefties, 82 WRC plus, which is 26. Maybe that's why the line's moving down towards the under, because nobody's trusting the Nationals to help with a total of 10 in this spot. I would lean towards, if I had to get to a type of bet like that, I would look towards the Rangers team total over. It's a 5.5, unfortunately, though. But I think I'm going to go right back to what I played yesterday in this game. It is a little juiced, so I don't know if I'm going to make the move on it, but I like the Rangers again today. I think the Rangers beat up on Irving. It is first five, minus a half, minus 130, full game, minus 1.5, minus 125. It is a little bit juiced, but I'm going to pull the trigger on it here because the Nationals are just that bad right now. And I think Irving gets smashed in this spot. So first five, minus a half, full game, minus 1.5 with the Rangers here. I'm not very high on the Rangers, but I'm even lower on the Nationals right now.
That's at like the edge of my range. It's minus 118 for the run line I can get. I'll pull the trigger with you just because the Nationals are. I should have done it yesterday. I know. I wanted to go after Williams, who was the fourth most profitable pitcher in baseball, against a guy who the team never won for. And they finally won for him. There we go. But this is a Nationals team that's now lost 5 straight games, 6 out of 7. Starting to really struggle, as they should. The Nationals are just that bad. Andrew Heaney's kind of the big question mark for me. Although he hasn't been bad, he got hit up against Detroit, but other than that, all the rest of his starts have actually been quite good. Sure, let's pull the trigger. Texas Rangers run line minus 118 today against the Nationals. Nationals on a losing streak. We'll start to fade them until they win again.
Gotcha. Heading back to the chat here. Let's take a look where we left off. 1-800. Yeah. Oh, no, we already did that. Stop it. Get some help. Chicago White Sox money line. Tuca Packs. They lost, obviously. Yeah. Fernando always on the wrong dogs. Cash with the Red Sox yesterday. There you go. Blackburn we trust. I've already played the first 5 under in that game. So yeah.
Under, yes.
Man, today took a little tough. Yeah. I wasn't 2 days ago, dummy. When I told you to bet them and you never did. Yeah. How many good hitting weather games have been played in Washington and the game still goes under. Yes. Washington usually has decent hitting weather. The problem is that the Nationals don't know how to hit. Juiced to the gills. Rangers run line, yeah. Take a stab at -2 for the Rangers. Yeah, Rangers. San Fran -1.5 for money line and team total over. There you go. Fade. The Nationals, correct. Blake Snell over 1.5 earned runs. Braves game over 8 and Baltimore over 8. Probably could push it to Rangers -2.5. Probably. We'll get into the next one here. And boy, is this team hot. Philadelphia Phillies have won 13 road games in a row. And they're a dog in this game with a total of 7.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this game. The line opened up at -120. It's a 121 now for the Marlins. So it's moved 1 penny towards the Marlins. Line opened up at an 8, -115. It's down to a 7.5, -108. So it's moved down half a run, and it's moved a penny towards the Marlins in this game here. See if the money correlates with the with where the line's moving in this one. 64% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the Marlins. The line's only moved a penny though. Kind of interesting there. 32% of the tickets, 53% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. I think that maybe the under is a decent look in this game. Lone Depot Park -6% runs, so the roof is going to be close today, most likely. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. As we have Braxton Garrett versus Ranger Suarez. Both of them been great. Suarez 2.09 ERA, 1.09 WHIP, 8.84 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.56 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, a 327 FIP, and a 3.88 Sierra. On the other side, Braxton Garrett's been better. 2.65 ERA, 0.85 WHIP, 11.65 strikeouts per nine, which is 34%, 0.79 walks per nine, 299 BABIP, but a 2.29 FIP and a 2.39 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Phillies, which has been the best in baseball recently. 1.76 FIP and 2.33 Sierra. On the flip side, 3.41 and 3.39 Sierra for the Marlins. Hitting advantage goes towards the Marlins. 133 WRC plus versus lefties, which is number 3 in baseball, compared to 119, which is 5th in baseball for the Phillies against lefties. I still think the under is worth a look in this game. The lines moved down. The bigger bets are on the under. Both these pitchers have been outstanding. I would lean towards an under in this game on this spot. It is what? It's a I doubt we can get a 4.5 here. It's going to be a 4. Yeah. So at the 4 -115, I lean towards the first 5 under in this spot. But I don't think I'm planning on getting involved in this game. I feel like this is a game where I kind of lean Miami as well. I know Philly's been on the hot streak here, but I've been catching with the Phillies, and I think this is a spot I want to stay off the Phillies today because I think Braxton Garrett comes out and shoves. I lean under in this game.
Well, I'll go ahead and delete all the writing I had, about to put up Philly as a play. I like the Phillies in this one. What is it? 12? Is it 12 straight or 13 straight road wins?
13 straight. 13
straight road wins. Why not back them again? Here's the thing. I know you probably don't view it the same way. You're up with them on this win streak. You can afford to lose one. That's kind of how I view it, because you could view it as a investment. Right now, you're on your investment. You've already made a bunch of money on it. You're gonna keep it playing. I think the Phillies win this one. As much as I would love to see the Phillies start to lose games again, because now they're 9 games over 500, and it's going to be difficult to try to catch that. But this is a Philly spot for me. I think they continue to win, especially on the road.
Yeah, I won't talk you off the Phillies, but I'm personally not backing it today. And I feel like I've had a decent read on the Phillies. I think if I'm betting this game, it's 100% under or nothing.
That's fine. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah,
I'll be on the Phillies. Sorry.
Yeah, the only thing keeping me off the under in this game is that both these offenses are smashing lefties the last 30 days. So that's the only thing truly keeping me off the under in this game. Yeah, yesterday I lost Phillies first to 2. Today it hits. All right. Phillies on fire. Run it back. Tim said Suarez ain't no Ranger. We'll move on here. I don't get it. We'll move on, though. This is a matchup that everybody really liked yesterday, and I really like it today. And I've already made my bets on this one here. I doubled down on the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers are minus 125 with a total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. This is just one where everything correlated for me. Minus 120, the Brewers opened up at. It's now minus 125. Line opened up at a 9.5. It's down to a 9 minus 125. So that's kind of interesting that the line's gone down. Now let's take a look if the money reflects a line move towards the under and a line move towards the Brewers. 36% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Brewers. Absolutely perfect ratio. I like it when it's in the 30s and it's in the 60s or 70s when it comes to tickets and money. Perfect. 88% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the over, and the line's dropped half a run. That's tricky. That is really tricky. And maybe that leads just to a Reds team total under for me. But I don't know if I really want to triple down on this game, and I like the side more than I like the total. Let's take a look at the, the Ballpark Pal. And it has American Family Field minus 1% runs, plus 6% home runs, 0% double triples, minus 4% singles. Looking at the pitching matchup here, this is not a good pitching matchup. Colin Ray versus Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver has been arguably the worst pitcher in baseball. 9 ERA, 2 whip, 5.19 strikeouts per 9, which is 12%, 4.15 walks per 9, a 364 BABIP, a 552 FIP, and a 5.95 SIERA. On the flip side, Colin Ray has been okay. 3.49 ERA, 1.06 whip, 6.35 strikeouts per 9, which is 17%, 2.22 walks per 9, a 241 BABIP, a 3.54 FIP, and a 4.81 SIERA. Bullpen advantage 100% goes to the Brewers here, 3.1 FIP, 3.2 SIERA compared to 6.48 FIP and a 5.22 SIERA. One thing that does worry me about the Brewers is the hitting advantage goes towards the Reds here. And this 123 WRC plus, which is 4th compared to 82, which is 25th for the Brewers. But if there's ever a team the Brewers are going to smash, it's Luke Weaver. And I think that this is a spot where the Brewers hit them. I'm on the Brewers first 5 at minus 135, and I'm on the Brewers full game at minus 125. And I said heading into the series, I think the Brewers win the series, if not sweep it. So I'm on the Brewers here, double down.
Yeah, you can go and say, well, look at Luke Weaver's starts. He's allowed 2, 4, 5, 5, 3, 7, and 3 in his last 7 starts. So he's 1-6 in those starts? Nope, 7-0. And by the way, 6 out of those 7 went over the total. Or push the total that is currently 9. I like the over because you get a pitcher that doesn't pitch all that well, which he's allowing runs, but you're getting an offense that's backing him. I think this is an over game. I think you see a high-scoring game here because Luke Weaver, you adjusted, Nick. He has not been good, and Cincinnati has a really good offense. And Colin Ray, a 4.4 ERA. I'm not really too scared of that. I think he gets hit a little bit today. I would also lean towards the Reds because they just seem to win games. And I'm not high on this Brewers team. I want to go over, and I want to go Brewers in this one, Nick. Over and Reds. Over and Reds.
All right. There's no way in hell I'm touching this over.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
I will. That's fine. Line movement's not going to talk me off of Luke Weaver overs. Sometimes I want to just follow the trend.
I don't know. The books are opening up their arms to over money. And if it goes over, then I'll tip my cap to the public bettors that say congratulations. You were smarter than the books on that game. But no, this is not a spot I'm looking at it over at all.
That's fine. Back to the chat, Nick.
Yep. Marlins are excellent in close games as well. Yeah, and I project that as an under game, so I can see that. So they're still streaking 14. Why would they drop it? Fair. How about no run first inning in the Phillies game? I kind of like that. I took the Nationals today. Oh boy. Yes, beer. Yes, I like the Brewers today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baseball games remaining. I've already made a move in this game. Let's get into it. Boston Red Sox, Oakland Athletics in this game. Minus 235 for the Red Sox. Good God. Total of 9.5 in this game. Let's see if the line, let's take a look at the line history here. Line moved up 16 cents towards the Red Sox. Minus 220 up to minus 236. Line opened up at a 9.5 even money. It's up to a 9.5 plus 102. So a 2-cent line movement towards the under in this game here. So a big line movement towards the Red Sox and a small movement towards the under here in this spot. Let's take a look at where the money is coming on this game. 93% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the Red Sox. So the normal 7%, 27% on the Athletics. The line's moved towards the Red Sox here. 55% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the under. And the lines move towards the under in this spot. Looking at the, oh boy, this is the number one hitting conditions on the slate. Minus 4% home runs, but plus 23% doubles, triples, plus 8% singles, plus 14% runs overall. Tied for first, for the best hitting conditions in baseball. Looking at the pitching matchups here, though, this is an interesting one. Paul Blackburn and James Paxton, Big Maple. Blackburn's been decent. 3.7 or 4.78 ERA, 1.47 WHIP. So his basic stats are not great. 5.56 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 2.81 walks per nine, 3.58 BABIP. But a 3.61 FIP and a 4.05 SIERA suggests that he's getting a little unlucky. James Paxton's been unreal. 1.74 ERA, 1.77 WHIP. 9.87 strikeouts per nine, which is 29%, 1.74 walks per nine, a 219 BABIP, a 262 FIP, and a 3.23 SIERA. Bullpen advantage actually goes towards the Oakland Athletics in this game. 4.3 FIP and a 3.96 SIERA compared to 5.04 and 4.24. Hitting advantage goes towards the Red Sox in this game, 100 WRC plus, which is 17th, compared to 63, which is dead last versus left-handed pitching for the Oakland Athletics. And here's the thing for me is usually I'd be like, all right, let's back the Oakland first 5 and move on with Paul Blackburn. I just don't think that's a good play today. I think James Paxton comes out here and shoves. He's been absolutely phenomenal. He's facing the worst offense versus left-handed pitching right now. So I grabbed the first 5 under 5 at minus 105 here in this spot. I would lean towards maybe grabbing a half a run in the first 5 with the Oakland Athletics as well. But for me, I'm only playing the first 5 under in this game.
Hey, we got another play up on the site. Give me the under. Paxton's been phenomenal. 6 earned runs in his last 7 starts. Yeah, crazy.
And now he's facing most of those lineup that he's facing.
Yeah, now he's facing one of the worst lineups. Well, probably. Would it be the worst lineup? Yeah. And you get Blackburn on the opposite side, which is about the only pitcher I would trust on the Oakland for an under. If that makes sense. Now Oakland's been a heavy over team lately, 7-2-1 to the over. But I got 9.5. I just feel like it's too high for a Paxton game who's just been pitching lights out the past month and a half. And when it comes to it, that's what I want to kind of ride. I think this is a 3-2 game. So if anybody's interested in going after maybe Oakland plus 1.5, I don't hate that. But I will be on the under 9.5 between the Red Sox and the A's, hoping for good starts from Blackburn and Paxton.
There you go. Head back to the chat. Took the Reds. Good luck. We'll move on here. It's our boy. It's Gavin Williams. And against the Kansas City Royals. Minus 170 for the Guardians. Total 8.5 here. And this is tricky because Gavin's not been the greatest since coming up. Line opened up at 171. It's up to a 172. So it's moved 1 penny towards the Guardians here. Line opened up at an 8.5, minus 105. It's up to an 8.5, minus 111. Suggesting that maybe Brady Singer gets hit a little bit here in this spot. Let's take a look at the money to see if it kind of correlates with it. 87% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the Guardians. The lines moved towards the Guardians. Took a little bit to move towards the Guardians. But 54% of the tickets, 74% of the cash is on the over, which suggests to me that this is a over game. And when we look at it, the ballpark crowd kind of confirms that. This is tied for the best hitting conditions in baseball today. Plus 14% runs, plus 15% home runs, and plus 18% double triples. And what have we seen Gavin Williams struggle so far in the MLB with? Home runs.
Well, to be fair, it was against Atlanta, the biggest home run team in the. It was one home run.
I'm trying to look at it just as a capping. I get it. He's a former ECU Pirate. I like that. He's not been very good. 3.79 ERA, 0.95 WHIP, 5.68 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.84 walks per nine, a 163 BABIP, but a 5.87 BIP and a 5.12 ERA. He's not been very good. But on the flip side, this is a lineup he should be able to pitch well against. Brady Singer, 3.06 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 6.37 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.8 walks per nine, a 294 BABIP, a 355 FIP, and a 4.58 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Guardians here in this spot, 4.02 FIP, 3.54 SIERA compared to 4.78 and 4.52. Massive hitting advantage going towards the Guardians in this one, 118 WRC plus, which is 6th. And against the and then on the flip side, 72 WRC plus versus righties for the Royals, which is dead last versus righties. So this is the perfect matchup for Gavin Williams. And one thing is, we've seen this matchup for Gavin Williams already, and he dominated it. He went against the Royals and he dominated them. That was the best start of his career so far. He went seven innings, gave up no earned runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out 6. Is he able to do that again? A matter of what? 11 days later? They've seen him. They've got a little footage on him now. Is this a spot where the game goes over the total? I think that the Guardians can put this game over the total. Brady Singer has been good, but not great. The lines move towards the over, which suggests to me I think we see runs in this game. I think we see runs for the Guardians more than we see runs for the Royals in this spot here. And this could be an interesting spot for the Guardians. I think they hit who do you call it today? Brady Singer and that bullpen. So after talking down Gavin here, I'm gonna back him here, and I'm probably gonna back him pretty significant. Let me see what the full game one is real quick. It's one. The money line is 172. The full game, the run line is 115. It'd be minus 127. That's affordable. I'm going to triple down on the Guardians here because I think they smashed the Royals in this spot. I'm going to be on the Guardians team total over 4.5 at minus 115. The Guardians first 5 minus a half, minus 120. And I'm going to take the full game minus 1 at minus 120. What was it? What did I say? Minus 127. So I'm going to triple down on the Guardians here today. And expect Gavin to pitch well.
I'm expecting Gavin to pitch well. That's why I like the under. I would lean towards the Guardians as well. I'll probably end up putting that up. But I could see both Gavin and Singer putting up good numbers today. Because the Guardians don't want to give Gavin Williams run support. In the 3 games that he's pitched, they gave him what, 4 against Oakland. That was to prevent him from getting the loss. They gave him nothing against Kansas City, and then they scored in the 9th inning and won that game. And they gave him 2 runs after he left the game against Atlanta. So they don't score when he's pitching. That's the problem. So maybe you like your first 5 unders, maybe your first 5 under here too. But I like the under, and I like Gavin Williams to shut down maybe a Kansas City team total under in this one. I could see Kansas City getting shut out today. We saw Gavin shut them down last time. I'm not going to go with a crazy K ladder like I did last time against Atlanta. That did not work out at all. I like the under in this game.
See, I'm on the team total, so I'm not going to back that under. And the line's suggesting that we do see offense in this game, and this is the tied for the best hitting conditions in baseball today. So I'm gonna politely disagree with that under. Now I can see this game being 7-1 though, and it stays under, but I get my team total over. So I do like the Guardians here in this spot though, and I've been making decent money. Just feels like blindly fading the Royals the last little bit here. I think the Royals may be the worst team in baseball.
No, they are the worst team in baseball. But
yeah. Back to the chat team.
Let's see, where did we leave off? Royals. No. I don't know why Fernando hates our boy. Gavin should round into form. I just love to bet Kansas City. Like the under. Yeah, I like the under. Fernando, what do you like today? You like the A's, Fernando? A's. There you go. Good night, Munchie. I like the under in that game. Morning, fellas. Just got off the late night shift at 6:30. I know I've missed a lot. Was entertaining my son. Let's get some wins today, fellas. Let's do it, guys. Let's get it. I prefer live betting the A's. There you go. Like last time, I smashed the run line when they were up 1. There you go. Rangers, Orioles, Phillies. Yes to all of them. Let's jump into this one.
Yeah. This is one I bet before the show. The Houston Astros minus 120 against the Seattle Mariners. Total of 7 in this game. Line's gone. I think the line's dropped on this game. Low total 7. Let's take a look though. I think the low total is very justified though. As let's take a look at the lineup or the line history between Framer Valdez and Brandon. Woo! Line opened up at minus 145 for the Astros. It's down to 111 now. Massive line move towards the Mariners here. Line opened up at 7.5. It's down to a 7. So the line's moved down there as well. So the line moved towards the under. Big move towards the Mariners. I'm already on the Mariners' first 5 in this game. We have 42% of the tickets, 46% of the cash is on the Mariners, and the line's drastically moved that way. 45% of the tickets, 73% of the cash is on the under, and the line's moved that way as well. I think the under's not a bad look in this game as well. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal, which has Minute Maid as the third worst on the slate, minus 6% runs. And these pitchers have been great. We got Framer Valdez, 3.45 ERA, 1.12 whip, 9 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 2.77 walks per 9, a 286 BABIP, a 283 FIP, and a 3.89 Sierra. We get Brian Woo with a 2.36 ERA, 1.94 whip, 11.81 strikeouts per 9, which is 33%, 2.36 walks per 9, a 237 BABIP, a 3.41 FIP, and a 3.13 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Astros in this game, which is why I took the first 5, not the full game with the Mariners. 4.05 FIP, 2.72 Sierra compared to 4.59 and 3.89. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mariners. 121 WRC plus, which is 4th, compared to 108, which is 12th. So I see a hitting advantage with the Mariners. Honestly, current form, I see a pitching advantage with the Mariners as well. And I know that sounds crazy when we have is this the one? I want to see if this is correct. Except for they don't have Cy Young odds on BetOnline right now. I was going to say with the favorite for the Cy Young, but I don't know if he is the favorite.
They don't have it on Bovada either. And I think it is Framer Valdez right now because
McClanahan got hurt.
McClanahan got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's McClanahan, Goshman, and Cole, the top 3 now. But I'm on the Mariners. I'm on the Mariners first 5 plus 110. I think they probably win this first 5 2-1. Like, I think this is a low-scoring first 5. I'd lean under in this game as well. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of back what I think is becoming my boy here with Brian Wu. I've been backing him a decent amount lately. I had him last time against the Giants. I had him against the Nationals. I definitely had him in that game against the Yankees where he shoved. I've had him the last few starts. He had that one really bad appearance in his first one against the Rangers, and since then he's been awesome. So I think that continues today. I think he shoves.
I was trying to find a certain prop to make playoffs. I think
Mariners?
Seattle makes a run.
I can find that for you.
Yeah, figure out what Mariners are to make the playoffs.
What do you think they are? What do you think they are?
Considering they are currently,
I have the number. I do have the number right here. What do you think?
I know. They're currently 4 games behind for a wild card spot. $5 at least.
Nope.
3
$2.75
to make the playoffs.
to make the playoffs.
I kind of like that. And as crazy as it sounds, I think maybe by the end of the year, instead of having a bunch of AL East teams, we may have a bunch of AL West teams.
Really?
Because I was looking at it, I think Houston wins the division.
Yep.
I think Texas gets the second wild card, and I think Seattle gets the third. And I think Baltimore gets the first wild card spot.
And the Jays.
I was looking at that. Jays, Yankees miss. Sorry. I still think Baltimore wins the division. Tampa Bay gets the number 1 wild card spot, but that's just me. I think that, and that's another one. I think there's value in the Orioles to win the division at 9-1. But that's just me. I'm grabbing Seattle in this game. I think they have a nice little bit run. Once again, this feels like a weird line. Okay, look at this line. Astros -120 at home with their best pitcher on the mound against a Mariners team that is 1 game over 500 with Brandon Wu on the mound, and it's that small of a line. Yeah,
I know. I bet the Mariners.
I know. I'm explaining it too. I like Seattle in this one. Seattle even money.
All right, sounds good.
I'm gonna go put it in.
Heading over to the chat. This chat's been bouncing here. Let's see. Where do you leave off? Astros.
Try to run through it.
Yeah. Thumbs up. No idea what that is. Under 7.5, but could go over by 1 run, maybe. Yeah. Who has Woo faced? Let's take a look at who Woo has faced. Let's grab Brandon Woo. San Fran, Washington, Yankees, White Sox, Angels, and Rangers. So he's not the greatest of competition, but he's been fine. Kind of like my Rays today. I stayed off. Don't think we have a pitcher for the. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, no, that's the next game we're going over. I was like, well, we haven't gone over that game. That's an East Coast game. Why? Yeah, pitched. Yeah, I like the Phillies, Mo Harris, but that's all you. Had the Phillies yesterday. I think Valdez is 0-2 versus the Mariners. Interesting.
Weird.
Plus 500 for Mariners -1.5.
I think he was guessing.
Oh, plus 500 for them to. Okay, gotcha. Royals and A's, big L's today. I could see it. Wow. What's the best money line bet today? What do you think, Tim? What's the best money line bet today? I've got mine.
I like Baltimore.
I'm gonna say Milwaukee.
Okay, real quick.
Milwaukee's the only money line I bet though. I bet -1.
For a straight bet, Baltimore. For a parlay piece, either
Texas.
Cleveland or Atlanta
Or Texas.
Yes.
Did you talk NBA? Not yet. Liberty in the over. And the Natties. Yeah, and the Natties. Seattle money line. We'll run it again. There you go. Baltimore. There you go. Rays are getting swept.
Facts.
All right, under 4.5 strikeouts.
Yes.
We will get into this matchup now. The Rays are big home favorites here in this, or home dogs in this one. -145 for the Braves. Total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot.
You're not going to like the over?
I'm not.
No, it was an 8.5 last night.
Yeesh. Yeah, it opened up at an 8.5. It's down to an 8. Line opened up at 135. It's up to a minus 147 for the Braves. So a 12-cent line movement towards the Braves and a move towards the under as well. Let's take a look at the market to see if the market agrees with this as well. 49% of the tickets, 86% of the cash is on the under. 25% of the tickets, 44% of the cash is on the Rays. 75% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is all over the Braves in this one. Lions move towards the Braves, so that is what it is. Ballpark Pal has Tropicana as the second worst conditions on the slate, minus 7% runs. It is a dome. And let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. As we have Taze Bradley versus Spencer Strider. Strider, 5.34 ERA, 1.36 WHIP, 13.19 strikeouts per nine, which is 34%. 2.2 walks per nine, a 382 BABIP, but a 392 FIP, and a 2.88 SIERA. On the flip side, Bradley, 6.84 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 11.62 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%. 4.1 walks per nine, a 370 BABIP, a 5.04 FIP, and a 3.98 SIERA. Atlanta with the Braves with the slight bullpen edge, 3.92 FIP, 3.59 SIERA compared to 3.87 and a 3.93. Massive hitting edge towards the Braves in this one, 154 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball, compared to 114, which is ninth. I think this is an easy stay off spot for me. This is just a watch game for me. Potential World Series preview in this one. I want nothing to do with this game.
But yes, wrong. Money line says wrong pipe. Yes, I was drinking and that's why I went off from it. I like Atlanta in this game. As I mentioned in the beginning of the series, I think Atlanta sweeps. As much as I hate this stupid team, nothing's stopping them until they reach the playoffs, and then they'll end up choking somewhere. I like Atlanta run line in this one. It's at plus 117. Spencer Strider. I like the over as well, but the fact that it dropped from 8.5 to 8, was it justified, Nick? Or
yeah, I mean, my numbers suggest positive regression for both the pitchers. Ballpark Palace says that Tropicana Field is not a hitters-friendly ballpark right now, or it's not a hitters-friendly ballpark at all. And the money, the bigger bets coming on the under. So that was a justified line move.
Okay, sounds good. I like the Braves run line in this game just to keep rolling. You get a Tampa Bay team that is losing right now. They've lost 6 straight games now. I think they continue losing. You know me. I like to back teams on winning streaks, fade teams on losing streaks. Atlanta's on one of the hottest streaks that we've seen in a long time. So I'm just going to keep backing Atlanta. Thoughts on the Braves run line, Nick?
No.
You said you stayed off of it, like you didn't have any interest. Is it okay to still put it up?
I guess, but I'm not. I think I was leaning more towards the Rays, but it wasn't enough for me to bet it.
Okay.
Back to the chat.
Are you doing something or?
I guess I can do it. Let's see. Wrong pipe. Yeah, not bad. Kind of like the over in this game. Braves, F them Rays. All right, Atlanta reminds me of the 98 Rays.
I kind of mentioned it with the Rays. I have the Braves sweeping, and I have the Orioles winning that series. This division is going to be a two-game race by the time we reach the All-Star break.
Yeah. Move on to the last game of the night. This one's interesting. The Red Hot Mets and the San Diego Padres, and the Padres are minus 175 favorites, total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. As the line opened up at 165, it's up to a 172. So a 7-cent line movement towards the Padres in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5, went down to an 8, back up to an 8.5. Now it's right back down to an 8. So the line's moved down half a run since the opening line. And the line's moved 7 cents towards the Padres. Let's see if that is justified here. As we have 69% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on the Padres. The lines move towards the Padres here. And we have 38% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the under, suggesting that Peterson pitches well maybe, and Snell as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. David Peterson's been good since coming back up. 0.9 ERA, 1.4 whip, 7.2 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 5.4 walks per nine, a 3.08 BABIP, a 3.79 FIP, and a 4.37 SIERA. On the flip side, Blake Snell has been awesome as well. 0.75 ERA, 0.89 whip, 15 strikeouts per nine, which is 44%, 3 walks per nine, a 2.86 BABIP, a 1.77 FIP, and a 2.32 SIERA. He's been awesome. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Mets, 4.93 FIP and a 5.13 SIERA compared to 6.75 and a 4.94. Hitting advantage goes towards the Padres, 112 WRC plus, which is 8th versus lefties, compared to the Mets 96 or 98, which is 16th. I really don't want to step in front of the Mets right now, and I'm going to go ahead and back them here. I'm going to grab them just full game. Their bullpen's been better than the Padres. In David Peterson, we trust. And New York Mets money line for me. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the whatever. It's just money line plus 158 for the Mets. That's it.
You know, I like backing the teams that are winning, right? Oh, the Mets have won 6 straight. They actually look good right now, which is weird. David Peterson had a good start his last time out. And when it comes to it, I know the pitcher I was the most worried about was going up against Yu Darvish, because the Mets have bad numbers versus Yu Darvish. They have good numbers versus Blake Snell. I know Blake Snell's been really good this year. They have good numbers versus Blake Snell. And I think they attack him. I think they attack him early and often. I'm going to grab the Mets with you as well. I like backing teams that are on winning streaks and teams that are doing well. And the Mets are that team right now. And we don't get to do it often because they have been really bad this year. You know what? Screw it. We don't get to play it often. I'm playing it.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
And then this one, too.
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Ah! I like that scream at the end. Ah! Mets money line. Let's run it.
Oh, yeah. Back to the chat, Tim.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't need to put it up. Atlanta reminds me of the 98 Braves. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. All the pieces and won't put together. All the pieces, but won't be put together come playoffs. Never mind. I thought the 98 Braves won the World Series. It was the 95. They won 95? I don't remember. Atlanta run line, yes. Nerfy Mets parlay with the Yanks for 245. Get it. Thinking about a birdcage, literally Blue Jays, Orioles, Cardinals, but then the hard part is the Cardinals. Yeah, I don't like the Cardinals today. Oofa, Peterson. Peterson's been good. Sheets was leaning towards Padres, might stay off it. There you go. Snell over walks and ERA and earned runs. Yes. All right, Nick, we got one more game to talk about, and it's in the WNBA.
Yes. We have the New York Liberty taking on the Seattle Storm. 15.5-point favorites are the Liberty. Total of 167 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history for this spot. Got to switch over from MLB to WNBA on this one. Line opened up at if it lets me click it, there we go. Line opened up at a 16, it's down to a 15. Line opened up at a 167, it's up to a 167.5. So lines moved up half a point, and the lines moved down a point towards the Storm. Let's see. Just let me check on DraftKings real quick to see what it's done. It moved from a 15 to a 15.5 on DraftKings. So kind of interesting line movement there. Let's take a look at the money on this one to see if it correlates with the over and if it correlates with the storm. 50% of the tickets, 62% of the cash is on the storm. I got nothing on the total, which is great. I'm probably just staying off in this spot. This is probably just a pass for me. I guess I lean storm at 15, but I have no interest in grabbing the storm at all because the storm are that bad. So looks like no WNBA for me today. Just baseball and CFL.
I'll have something. If you want to grab Liberty team total over, that's fine. I'm going to grab the over. I think the Liberty drop 100 on the storm. Now, I am not laying 15.5 points. That doesn't happen. So if anything, it's lean towards the storm if I have to go after a side, but I am not coming anywhere near the storm on the road. This storm team has been bad. I believe they're got the second worst defense. Yeah, second worst defense in the WNBA, 86.4 points a game. They are scoring about 79 points a game. Can we get 70 points from the Storm tonight? Today? 70, 75, and we get the over. Because the Liberty are going to put up 95 to 100 by themselves. So I know it's an early game. It's a 2 o'clocker. Give me the over between the Storm and the Liberty. Back to the chat net while I'm going to actually come up with a couple of dinger props.
All right. Where did we leave off here? Over 167. I mean, that would be my lean in this game is back in the over, but I don't have any cash flow on it, so I can't make a decision on that without knowing that information for me. But that is everything for today's slate, Tim. We've made it all the way to the end, so you know what it's time for, right?
Yep.
Housekeeping.
Let's do this. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, ESP Shorts, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. Check out Ballin' Out with Tim Earle on the Picks and Parleys YouTube channel. We obviously went over all those games already, but just jump on it. Go ahead, leave it a like over there, and we appreciate that. And check out SeatGeek for your concert tickets and your sporting event ticket needs. ESP at checkout, $20 off your first purchase. Nick, I'll let you do your recap first real quick.
Yeah. In the CFL, Red Blacks, money line. Team total over 20.5, full game over 44.5. In the MLB, Yankees, team total over 4.5, full game over 8.5. Baltimore, Minnesota over 7.5. Cardinals, first 5 minus 130. Rangers, first 5 minus a half. Rangers full game run line. Milwaukee, first 5 minus 135, minus 125 full game. Oakland, Boston, first 5 under 5. Triple up on the Guardians, first 5 minus a half. Full game minus 1. Team total over 4.5. Seattle, first 5 plus 110. And closing it out with the New York Mets. That's the only late game I have. The only game past 7 o'clock. So it'll be only the Mets I'm paying attention to at that time. So, yeah, that's how we're going to close out our slate.
Sounds good. Quickly. Shoot, I thought you would have taken a little bit longer. Go to the chat. Just 2 seconds. Sorry.
We don't have any more chat. That's it.
I'm typing in my dinger props.
Take your time to hurry up there.
Okay. I got 7 of them. And the smallest one's like 500. So, but when I look at the card for today, I'm on the under. I like the under in the Cubs game. I like the Jays run. Oh, I liked the Jays run line last night. It was a lot better of a price.
I'm not laying $1.35 on that.
But I'm not doing that now, especially with the Blue Jays. I don't trust them. I like the Baltimore Orioles today. One of my home run props will include an Oriole. And then I like the Phillies to keep it rolling. I like the over in the Reds game, under in the A's game, under in Kansas City. I think Gavin has a good start, and then Braves run line, Seattle money line, Mets money line, and the over in the Storm game, and then some home run props as I type in the last name as I'm stalling. Here we go. Bobo plus $6 today for the Toronto Blue Jays. Adley Rutschman plus 600 for the Baltimore Orioles. Fraley for the Reds at plus 500. Darno for the Braves at $5. Jared Kalenic at $6 for Seattle. And yes, I have 2 Mets ones in there. Give me Lindor and give me Alvarez at plus $5 and $6.
$6 for Alvarez. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's get some dingers today too.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Great show. Great info. Appreciate it, Chris. Moreno, Mexico, United States. Good luck with whatever sport that is. We'll be back tomorrow.
Once UFC.
Cool. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Bye-bye.